Hello, and thank you for joining us today for our webinar titled Digital and In-House Marketing, Building Your Two-Pronged Attack. I'm Dustin, and I'll be your moderator for today's session. We're all here because we know that in today's incredibly noisy market, having a solid marketing strategy isn't a luxury, it's essential. You might have amazing digital campaigns, but if they aren't working in perfect harmony with your in-house or point of service efforts, you're leaving money and opportunities on the table. I'm thrilled to be joined by two experts who truly live and breathe this topic. First up, we have Christina from Choose Sound Marketing. Welcome, Christina.
Thanks, Dustin. It's great to be here. And I'm excited to talk to you about how a powerful digital marketing strategy can help grow your business.
And we have Michelle, who will speak about the in-house or point of service experience. Michelle, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Dustin. I'm really looking forward to sharing how businesses can use their physical spaces and in-house resources to create some powerful, authentic connections with customers. And I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Happy to have you. The plan for today is pretty straightforward. Christina will walk us through the essential role of a strong digital foundation in today's marketing world. After that, Michelle will show us how we can use in-house assets like your digital screens to tie everything together into a single unified brand message. Christina, over to you.
Thanks, Dustin. So here's the deal. Your digital presence, it's not just about cost. It's the absolute engine driving new business for you. So it's the first place that customers look. It's where they figure out what you're all about. And ultimately, it's where they decide to buy. Our whole focus is on building a marketing engine from the ground up for businesses just like yours to start getting more customers in the door. So your website, it's your ultimate digital storefront. And if it's slow and confusing, you're losing money. A professionally developed website isn't just a fancy brochure. It needs to be built to convert and guide people to the next step. Getting found online is a non-negotiable. Our team lives to get your businesses seen on Google. When a potential customer is actively searching for the solution that you offer, you need to be the one that they see. So, for example, recently we worked with an orthodontist and he had a decent website, but there were zero new patients walking in. They had no way to track if their site was even working. And when you searched orthodontists near me, they were invisible, even though they've been in business for several years. With our website build and SEO strategy, they're now showing up. And we've also set up tracking so they can see exactly where every new patient is coming from. With that being said, SEO is the long game, but PPC, which is pay-per-click advertising, is your instant visibility switch. We don't mess around with spray and pray advertising. We create highly targeted ad campaigns that hit your ideal customer exactly when they're ready to pull the trigger, which means we're maximizing the return on every dollar that you're spending. So once you have a customer, the next challenge is keeping them. And that's where email marketing comes through. It's the most powerful way to nurture those initial leads and turn a one-time transaction into a loyal, long-term brand advocate. And lastly, and most importantly, your reputation is everything. We will proactively manage your online reviews. We make sure new customers see a flood of positive feedback so they can trust your brand right from the jump. We recently had a client with a crippling bad review, and we implemented our reputation management strategy, built up their positive reviews, and essentially buried the poor one. Plus, we coach our clients on the best way to respond to all reviews, not just the bad, but also the good.
Thank you, Christina. It sounds like each of these digital pieces work together to create a powerful and cohesive online presence. I'm curious, if a company has a website with high traffic, but they aren't seeing phone calls or new sales, what are some things you recommend?
Well, that is a brilliant question, and it's also a very common problem. High traffic with low results is the clearest signal that your site isn't actually built to attract and convert new customers. So it's usually one of three things. And here's what we would look at first. Around half of all your web traffic is on mobile, so we would start there. First, we check the page speed. If it's a slow load time, even just by a second, that will drastically reduce customer interaction. Then we'll look at the actual user experience on mobile. Are your calls to action prominent and easy to tap? Is the design clean? If the mobile experience is frustrating or clunky, then you're going to lose half your potential audience almost immediately. A customer should also know what you do and why they should care within about 5 seconds of landing on your page. So we're going to check your main headlines, make sure they're clear and they're benefit driven, and that your call to actions are very specific. Because if the messaging is vague or requires way too much scrolling, it'll be difficult to understand your core offering, and visitors are just going to leave your page before they even know if you can help them or not. I actually had a small business come to me recently, and they had no digital presence, not even a website. We helped them build a consistent brand, which was just a very simple website, but it was written to convert, and created a strong Google business profile for them. In today's world, a website doesn't just feel good, it is the credibility. And lastly, low conversions often boil down to a lack of trust. So we're going to look to see if the website is prominently featuring social proof. This would include customer testimonials, recognizable partner logos, security badges, or known industry certifications. These trust signals are absolutely vital. Without them, visitors usually are pretty hesitant to even complete a form, share email, or definitely aren't feeling very comfortable making a purchase.
That was really helpful, Christina. Thank you. Mobile speed, clarity, trust. That's all really great advice. You also brought up a really good, interesting point, the digital engine. Only one side of the coin. Michelle, how do we actually connect that engine to the in-house experience?
Well, Dustin, that's really a great question. So, digital marketing gets customers to the door, it gets them into the door. But in house or point of service marketing is really about creating that unforgettable experience once they arrive. So, it's about building that brand authenticity and consistency. I like to think of it as like the last 6 miles of the marathon. That's when the real race begins. So, one of the most powerful and often overlooked tools is the use of screens that exist inside the business: TVs, tablets, monitors. If you think about it, you're in a retail store, you're in a waiting room, you're in a lobby, you have a captive audience. These screens that exist there aren't for showing daytime TV. In fact, that could be a nightmare. You could be advertising your competition. They're really prime marketing opportunities and prime marketing tools. So, how can we use these screens? How can we leverage these screens? One way is to use something like our cloud-based software, where you can manage and schedule content that you deliver to those screens. And what would you deliver? Well, there's promoting special offers. I mean, you can show off your latest promotions, seasonal specials. You can update these instantly, making them really agile and responsive. You could highlight products and services using dynamic content, visuals, images, videos. You could showcase products that customers might not know about, or even explain the benefits of services in a far more compelling way that staff may not have time to do. You can share customer testimonials. This is really powerful. So, Christina mentioned how important reviews are. They truly are. Positive social proof is extremely powerful. You can take those great online reviews and carry them forward into the business, display them in your in house screens. It's such an incredibly powerful way to build that trust. And you're showing that positive social proof at the moment a customer is about to make a decision. That's really good timing. You can build your brand story, using videos to tell your brand story, to show behind the scenes content, introduce your team. You can do some really fun creative stuff with this. Share a mission statement that really does build a deeper, more personal connection with your customers. So the key about it is creating seamless experiences. If you imagine a customer sees your digital ad out online somewhere, and then they come in your store and they see that same branded message and special offer on a screen right as they're about to make a purchase decision, that consistency reinforces trust and really makes your brand feel solid, reliable, and professional. So a good story, a great example is we implemented a digital signage program in a small business that had multiple locations. And we showcased their teams. We shared customer stories, of course, with the permission of the customer. We shared customer reviews. And most importantly, we shared information on a couple accessory products and services that they offered that they were really struggling to upsell. It was really hard to mix it in during just the day-to-day hustle and busyness of the team. So by adding these series of videos and graphics, promoting these items, their sales increased by 33%. That's a huge leap. So it's an incredibly powerful tool that can have massive positive impact inside the business.
Yeah, I agree. An increase of 33% is pretty significant. So thank you for that, Michelle. It also sounds like consistency is clearly the name of the game. So for a business listening right now that has rapidly changing digital campaigns, what's the most effective way to keep their waiting room screens in sync with this pace?
Well, that really is the heart of it. Alignment is the difference between really good strategy and great strategy. So I would say the single most important step is centralizing that content calendar. Don't let your in-house screens and whoever's managing that and your digital team operate in totally separate silos. So for example, if your digital team is launching a campaign on social media that might be promoting something like spring tune-up savings, the in-house content team should schedule that exact same branded graphic content, special offers, call to action on the lobby screens starting on the same day. So from Facebook ads to lobby screens, you really want the customer to see that same visual language, tone, and offer.
I completely agree, Michelle. From the digital perspective, we create branding guidelines, which this details the client's visual theme, their color palette, target audience, and the core key phrases that they use. It keeps cohesiveness across the board. So, social media, website, and the in house advertising. And it makes the entire brand feel solid, unified, and professional, which is what ultimately builds trust and drives results.
Thank you both, Michelle and Christina. Very powerful. So it sounds like centralized content and a shared core messaging guideline. These are fantastic takeaways. Thank you. From both of your perspectives, what's the biggest benefit for a business when these two strategies, the digital and the in-house, are working in sync?
When everything clicks into place, you get what I like to call a holistic marketing approach. It's so much more than just pumping out leads. It's about giving customers a complete and seamless brand experience from start to finish. Let's think of it this way. The digital side does the heavy lifting by casting a wide net. And then your in house screens step in to reinforce that message and build a deeper, more personal relationship. The payoff would be much higher customer loyalty and a significant better return on investment. It's the whole package working together.
Yeah, exactly. It's really not about choosing one or the other. It's about making it a team. The digital screens become a physical extension of the online presence. So it's creating a powerful engagement loop that drives real results.
Thank you both for that. Another question: how often should a business reassess and adjust this digital marketing strategy?
That is seriously a great question. I see so many businesses make the mistake of just setting it and forgetting it. And that's a death sentence in this fast moving digital world. You've got to be constantly checking the pulse. So here are the two timeframes that you should lock into your calendar. Every month, you need to be glued to your analytics. So what is actually working? What's falling flat? You need to dive into your overall SEO ranking trends, the performance of your different email segments, and your conversion rate data. Then every quarter, you use that data to make real world decisions. This is when you reevaluate. Are we throwing money at the right channels, or do we need to pivot or resource allocation? You need a strategy review every year. So this would be your chance to step back and look at the whole picture. You're going to analyze your full return on investment from the previous 12 months, review any massive shifts in Google algorithms or major changes on social media platforms. And ultimately, you're going to make sure your marketing is perfectly aligned with your business's evolving goals for the next year. It's a full-on business assessment.
That's great. Christina and Michelle, thank you so much. I really hope everyone who's listening picked up on some valuable insights today. The main takeaway I've heard is simple. You absolutely need a strong, unified marketing strategy. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building your next successful campaign, we'd love to connect you with one of our marketing strategists for a free digital audit. We'll pinpoint the exact opportunities and challenges in your current setup and create a custom plan to get your digital and in-house efforts working together perfectly. To book your free consultation and grab a complimentary guide, just head over to our website and fill out the form. It's located at www.truesoundmarketing.com/free. A final big thank you to Christina and Michelle for sharing their expertise. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.